For a week or two now, I've had this phrase in my head, rock and roll spirituality, which sounds a little cheesy, I know, but I think anything with rock and roll sounds a little cheesy. But for me, it's about this idea that music, in particular for me, classic rock, can be a kind of spiritual experience in terms of its themes of release and breaking away from society's conditioning and questioning the norm and being rebellious, just breaking free. These kind of themes are found throughout. And for myself, my first albums as a kid, I remember during that time period when I was around 10 or so, making the transition from children's music to real music, adult music. I remember Styx being an early album, Boston, Kansas, Electric Light Orchestra. Soon Rush would come into my world, and AC/DC. A lot of these bands that I was interested in were really, they're bringing new information into my world. It was different than what I had access to through television, through sitcoms, reruns of Brady Bunch, and all that stuff like that. It was new kind of information, and of course the power of music, the actual feeling that the music beyond the lyrics brings can be mood altering. And you know, it's a very empowering kind of experience to find music that resonates for you. And in addition to classic rock, I also enjoy a lot of new kind of adult alternative music, and just find little gems. You know, classic alternative is another realm I like, and I like some pop songs, you know, and just things that bring a certain kind of aliveness into my life. And there was a time in which I really felt, due to my conditioning about the spiritual path, that I would switch over to more kind of new age music. And I do listen to some classical Beethoven, Mozart, Bach, and so forth, Vivaldi. But I thought that, you know, we get these cliched images about what spirituality looks like, and now that we're integrating it into our lives more in the West, taking Eastern concepts and developing new ideas and understanding things on a deeper level through understanding synchronicity and ideas related to quantum physics and so forth, it's a new kind of look, and we don't have to just give up music that has a little bit more of an edge to it. If that is what appeals to us on a vibrational level, we don't have to just switch over to, chanting monks, or, more pastoral kind of classical, or any kind of new agey kind of sing-songy thing, or flute music or whatever. These are all cliches of what a spiritual life looks like, and if that's what you're into, that's cool. There's a definite gentleness to a lot of those kinds of music, which I can understand why it resonates when you're feeling more peaceful. And for myself, I have a bit of an energy of a rebel within me about rebelling against society, awakening society, overcoming various conditioned thoughts and behaviors that come along with being socialized. And so a lot of classic rock really fits my vibe, and may continue to forever. I may never make the switch over to the more traditional types of music that are associated with being a spiritual person, new age or whatever. And I'm feeling pretty comfortable with that. So I think that, if people want to explore music more on a spiritual level, look at what it's saying. there's been some songs that I like the music, but I found the themes to be kind of deathist or codependent or, depressing or whatever, and decided to stop programming myself with that. Now, there's still some songs that I don't really resonate with what they're saying, what the words are about, but I listen to them anyways just because I like the music so much. But I think it can be interesting to look at music in terms of what messages are we giving ourselves, because if the music makes you feel good, if the sounds make you resonate at a level that feels enjoyable, then you're concurrently taking in messages about reality, about life, and what it's about. So it's good to be at least conscious of how you're programming your mind, what you're taking in. It's more impactful, I think, in some ways, the media that we choose, than we even realize. So it's just something to pay attention to. But anyways, I think that all things considered, I am somebody who is not going to probably ever let go of my love for certain bands like The Who and Led Zeppelin and, of course, the Beatles. I think that the Beatles' later work, I should say. I'm into rock and roll spirituality.